Good morning, everyone. Very good morning. Yes. Money morning. Very good morning. Yes. Good. Good to see all of you here. And welcome everyone to our daily finance practice, where we do the affirmations, we learn, and we observe the market, right? So every week from Monday to Friday, between 6:30 to 7 a.m. is what we will do these affirmations, learning and observation of market. Okay, good. So let's start the day with affirmations, and let me share the investing affirmations, and I want every one of you to repeat these affirmations along with me. I enjoy the challenge of making money, saving money, and living a prosperous life. I'm dedicated to becoming an amazing investor. My mind is a powerful magnet for profitable ideas. I earn passive income to lead my desired lifestyle. I make sure to always take calculated risks. I will avoid noise and distractions and focus on goal. I work to live, not live to work. I am a lifelong learner. I deserve to be wealthy and successful. I accept financial freedom for myself and my family. Now let's do the affirmations for money. I'm an excellent money manager. I always pay myself first. I put money into my financial freedom fund every day. My money works hard for me and makes me more and more money. I earn enough passive income to pay for my desired lifestyle. I work because I choose to, not because I have to. My part-time business is managing and investing my money. Affirmations for passive income. I create my life. I create the exact amount of my financial success. I play the money game to win. I admire and model rich and successful people. I believe money is important and money is freedom. I get rich doing what I love. I am truly grateful for all the money I have now. My capacity to earn, hold, and grow money expands day by day. Yes. So how many of you do not have copy of these affirmations with you? Type it as DNH in the chat box. If you do not have copy of these affirmations, right? So the minimum ask in this community is to do these affirmations every day, at least once. Please take a printout of these. If possible, laminate it and read it every day. Okay. So whoever do not have, I've shared the link of our learning platform. The first link is for the Android mobile. You can download the mobile application Ganesh Comma. If it is an iPhone, iOS application, the second link. And third is how you can log in from your laptop. Okay. So you can save these links somewhere. And after the session, please download or please log into the learning portal. And in the first module itself, all these important links are there. Okay. Yeah, you can download it after the session. Okay. So now let's start with the learning part, right? Let's start with the learning part. Now, what we will be discussing is we will look at what are all the important tools for us to assist in our investing and trading journey, right? So we have multiple resources which we can take advantage of, right? So in the next couple of sessions, we will look at what are all the important tools which can further simplify our investing journey. And every one of you, depending upon your free time, you should use these tools. And even the more the number of tools you use, it is much better. So in this kind of a technological world where we have a lot of use cases, using tools and making them work for us is more important, right? More important. So let me go to the mind map and let's discuss three tools for today, right? Let us discuss about three tools. First, a money control, right? So how many of you are aware about how to check what is happening in the global markets, right? Type it as yes in the chat box. If you are not aware, type it as NA, not aware. How many of you are aware about how to check whether there are FII inflows or DII inflows, whether it is an outflow, right? So whenever you are analyzing a stock, right? Whenever you are analyzing a stock, or even when you wanted to invest into the market, it is always good to check, is there any global markets turmoil or is there any decline in the global markets? Because more or less that will reflect in the Indian market as well, right? Let's say there is a negative news on IT sector in United States, right? So that negative news will take down the market there. Their index Nasdaq will be falling. And even as India is heavily dependent on the services extended to US, Indian IT industry also will face the heat. So it is always good to check what is happening in the global markets so that you can decide whether should I increase more positions or should I be as it is or should I reduce the position, right? Global markets gives us an idea. So money control is one tool for that. Once you log into money control, you go to the markets tab, you get the FII, DAI data, global markets data, and any corporate events, right? Any corporate actions, you will be able to see there. Okay. And now, if you look at inflow outflow data of DAI, domestic institutional investors or foreign institutional investors, for the last a couple of sessions, almost around 8 trading sessions, or even from the last 2 weeks, we have been seeing some good inflows coming from foreign institutional investors, which itself implies that slowly the money is coming into the Indian market, right? So keep a track of what is happening with respect to the inflow and outflow data also. Okay. And just go to money control under the markets tab. You'll be able to see the FII, DAI, global markets, corporate actions, everything will be there. Okay. Second, regarding IPOs, how many of you have not attended the Friday weekly mastermind session? Type it as NA in the chat box, right? NA, not attended. So whenever we see a reversal in the overall market, we get more number of IPOs, right? We get more number of IPOs, which is nothing but your initial public offer. So in the last 2 to 3 months, there are no fresh IPOs because the market has been down. Now, as the market is slightly turning up, we have had one IPO listing, right? One IPO coming. And more details about the IPO I've discussed in the Friday weekly mastermind session, right? The company name is Aether Energy into the EV, right? Electrical vehicles, two-wheeler related. If you look at it, not like a very great IPO, it's still a loss-making company, right? A little high-risk kind of an investment. You can go through the Friday weekly call, and more details I've discussed. When it is coming, right? What is the cutoff price? When is the last date? All the details I've discussed there, you can refer to it. And now, some companies which are like good to study, right? Some companies which are good to study, or some companies which you wanted to do a detailed research about it. For example, sir, I wanted to understand more about electrical vehicles, two-wheeler related businesses, right? What is their focus for the next couple of years, right? Or how the sector is expected to move. Because not only that, I'm also focusing on Ola Electric, which is also into the two-wheeler, right? Which is also into the EV space. So to study the entire sector where that IPO is coming, one very good resource what you can follow is SEBI website, right? SEBI website. So you just need to log into sebi.gov.in, and under filings, there is public issues, right? There is public issues. So under public issue, you just enter the company name. For example, sir, I wanted to search for Aether Energy, right? The present IPO. Go to SEBI website, sebi.gov.in. Under filing section, go to public issues, right? What are all the companies which are listing, right? All the initial public offers will be there in the public issues because it is getting listed to the public. And there is a very good document, right? This is like the Bible for IPO, right? This is an entire document. You can call it like almost like a 200, 300 pages entire document, which covers in and out of the company, right? So in this, you have all the consolidated information about the company. The most important part, why I want you to go through this and go through the DRHP is, you get a very fair idea about sectoral information. What is happening in the entire sector? What are the growth prospects, right? Even it compares how are the peers doing, right? So this is how you will analyze an IPO, right? And someone who is interested to research more about Aether Energy, you can download its DRHP, the PDF document, and can study more about it, right? So just to give you a brief summary about this IPO is still a loss-making company, like how Ola Electric is. Majority of the EVs, right, electrical vehicles are under loss-making. And right now, considering the present market scenario, we are in a very volatile zone, and we do not know with the kind of a scenario happening between India and Pakistan, right, regarding the Pahalgam terror attack, which was very, very unfortunate. So any retaliatory move by India, right, regarding the war related, will definitely have an impact on the overall market, right? So under this volatile scenario, if you are entering in any IPO, it should be only if it is a very, very strong company, right? So now Aether Energy is not like a very strong company. It's a okay kind of a company, but still as it is into the loss making, until and unless you have a very high risk appetite, you can apply for one lot, and that also wait for the IPO last date, right? The dates of the IPO and more details about the company, where it is in, what does it do, we have discussed in the Friday weekly mastermind session. You can watch the recording at the ending of our weekly mastermind session. We have discussed about it, right? You can watch the recording. So on the last day, let us see how many times the company is getting oversubscribed. Based on that, we can take a call, right? Based on that, we can take a call. And always, right now, if you see, there are more number of opportunities in the secondary market. Many sectors, many companies, even the defense sector wise also, many stocks are looking attractive. Focus on the secondary market than the IPOs, right? Than the IPO. Okay. Now, third tool. Answer in the chat box. How many of you are not aware about what are all the stocks in a specific sector or a specific index? Type it as NA in the chat box. Not aware, right? Sir, I wanted to check all the stocks in the pharma? I was not, I'm not completely aware. Sir, I wanted to check what are all the stocks in the small cap 100 index. Type it as NA or not aware in the chat box, right? So this is something which is the minimum expectation which everyone should know, right? I think these tools we have discussed even in our earlier daily finance practice session, right? So as this is a new session of April and May session, I'll just repeat for someone who are not aware of this, right? So we have two resources called as nseindia.com and niftyindices.com, right? Both these platforms provide the data which we want. Just log into nseindia.com and there you go to the markets data and you go to the indices data. You get all the details about what are all the large cap stocks, your Nifty 50 stocks, right? Mid cap. Even under small cap, what are all the stocks which are in small cap 100, right? Nifty 50 and Nifty next 50, right? So if you're entering into any ETF, we have Nifty 50 ETF or Nifty 50 index fund. Nifty next to 50 means the companies which are from 51 to 100 market capitalization, right? It is also called as junior Bs. ETF of Nifty next 50 is called as junior Bs, right? And apart from that, you get daily movement of sectors, right? Like last week, if you see the major sectors which has moved up, you'll be able to see the last trading session. Daily movement of stocks within a particular sector. What are all the stocks which have given like very good return? You can filter it. And what are all the stocks which have fallen down? You'll be able to filter it, right? And derivatives data, yes, you'll be able to check the derivatives data. And what are all the stocks which are there in derivatives also in the F&O space also, you'll be able to see there. Similarly, niftyindices.com. This is also a very good platform where you'll be able to observe all the indices, whatever you have studied here regarding the overall sectors, what are all the composition within the sectors, what are all the stocks you'll be able to see. Specific themes. Sir, I wanted to invest into a defense theme. You have a particular defense theme there. And any mutual funds related to that theme, you'll be able to see. And even any sectors, if you wanted to check, you'll be able to see that, right? Now, for the benefit of everyone, let us log into nseindia.com and niftyindices.com, right? So how many of you do this exercise at least once a week? Type it as yes in the chat box. If you are not doing it, type it as no in the chat box, right? Type it as no. Okay. So from now onwards, what you can do, just log into nseindia.com, right? Just log into nseindia.com, go to markets data, and you can click on indices, right? So in indices, yeah, the first segment is the first segment are the major indices, be it Nifty 50, next to 50, small cap, all the major indices you are able to get, you're able to see. And if you wanted to go through what are all the stocks within the Nifty next to 50 also, you can click on it. There is a separate tab which will open and you can go through it. Similarly, what are all the broad market indices like Nifty 100, which means the top companies from 1 to 100 based on their market capitalization, right? So the current market price into the number of outstanding shares will give you the market capitalization. Okay, what are the top 200 companies from 1 to 100? You'll be able to see it in Nifty 200. And coming down on the sectors, sir, I wanted to know what are all the companies in the media space or even in the metal space. So you can click on Nifty Metal and all the stocks within that sector you will be able to see. Similarly, strategy indices, right? Everyone are clear on this? Type it as clear in the chat box, right? Type it as clear in the chat box. Similarly, your thematic indices. Sir, I wanted to specifically enter into consumption related stocks. You can click on Nifty India consumption and you will be getting it, right? Services related, there is a specific theme on that. Energy, Nifty energy, right? The same resource, you can also look at Nifty indices platform, right? So what does Nifty indices give you? Once you log into this platform and you go to indices, you have the same bifurcation. Broad-based indices, which are your total index, right? Sectoral indices, specific sector. Sir, I wanted to study all the sectors, all the companies within chemical. So you can click on here, you get all the chemical related stocks. Themes, capital market, you will be getting all the stocks which are in the capital markets, right? Your Motilal Financial, all the stocks. And even EV related stocks, right? ESG, environmental, social, and governance related stocks, right? So a defense. Sir, I wanted to build a basket of stocks in defense space. So you go into this thematic indices. What are all the stocks within that particular theme you will be able to see? And also the top 10 constituents in this theme also you'll be able to see. So those are some of the stocks which you can study. And maybe 3 or 4 stocks or 2 or 3 stocks you can pick and you can closely track. If it gives you an opportunity to enter, you can enter. Strategy, right? So the stocks which are like high in momentum, right? Momentum means like your swing trading, where there is a lot of action happening there, right? The price and volumes moves very quick. If it is a bull market, it will give you very high returns. If it is a bear market, the chances of losing more here because it is in high momentum, right? Mainly on the short term. You have this as your entire strategy, right? As a strategy. And even what are all the companies? For example, Nifty 100. Among the top Nifty 100, 1 to 100 stocks based on the market capitalization, what are the stocks which are like in high quality stocks, right? Nifty 500 Flexi Cap Quality 30, which means Nifty 500 itself is a combination of large cap, mid cap, and small cap. Among this entire sector, or even in this entire large, mid, and small cap, what are all the quality 30 stocks? You will be able to find it here in this. Okay. So depending upon your investment style, you can look at it, right? Everyone noted? Type it as noted in the chat box, right? Yeah. Type it as noted. Yes, Mr. Vireshwar Rao, what you can do, like, sir, I wanted to know all the stocks in the market, right? So you can, for example, let's say I wanted to look at Nifty 500 stocks, right? Nifty 500 stocks. You can select Nifty 500 or small cap if you want the entire list, mid cap. Here in the next new tab, click on download CSV. So it's just hardly a 5-10 minutes job. You can download it in an Excel sheet, like Nifty 500 in one sheet, small cap in one sheet, mid cap in one sheet, right? You can download it. It's available for the download. Okay. So let me know in the chat box, what is that one tool which you will use it today? Let me know in the chat box. Sir, yes, today I'll be using this tool and I'll study more about it. Type the tool name in the chat box. Okay, good. Nifty indices, I'll go through it, sir. Very good. Yeah. Because at least once a week, if you go through it, you'll get an understanding about the major sectors also, what is happening in the major sectors as well. Okay. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, I'll be studying about IPO, sir. Good. Even let me tell you, any IPO which you feel it's in a very good segment, you can go to the SEBI platform, and there, whichever IPO is already listed, download the DRHP and you can study about that entire sector as well. What is happening in that sector? Okay, good. So now what we will do, let us look at the entire market view, right? Let us look at the entire market view. Now, first thing, yes, on the last traded session, which is on Friday, 25th April, we had a continuous up move for almost like 7 to 8 trading sessions. We have seen an entire up move, right? So on Friday, it's not that anything which is like very negative, just that the traders do not wanted to keep their positions open, as anything may happen now because of the uncertainty. The positions were closed on Friday, right? Instead of leaving the positions open till Monday, right? So that's why we have seen a slight correction here. And if you look at it right now, the immediate resistance, right, which we see for Nifty 50 is at around 24,500, right? If Nifty is able to move above 24,500 this week, it's a good confirmation that we will see further more up moves, right? And from the present levels, 24,300, which is its recent, or 24,400, which is the recent swing high, it has to break this, right? Either today or tomorrow. If we see Nifty breaching above 24,350 is a good sign. And post that, 24,500 is a very good resistance for the Nifty to take it up much stronger. And the support levels of Nifty 50 is around 23,750 or 23,800. This levels is a very, very good support, right? Anything below this could be a problem, right? Could be a problem. And Bank Nifty doing very good, right? Bank Nifty is doing very good. Compared to Nifty 50, definitely Bank Nifty is at like an all-time high, right? Even in the last 2 trading sessions, we have seen a decline. Still, with its average, it is still at a higher levels. And even if you look at the latest results of the private banks are also, they're up to the mark, and they are in line with the estimates, right? And even further results of the banks can further drive. And if the banking index is moving, then we can see a very good move in Nifty 50 as well, right? And as such, even on Friday, if you look at volatility index, right, it is at around 17 levels, right? 17.15 levels. Anything above 20 is something we should be more cautious, right? So anything about 20, which means high volatility here, right? Anything about 20 is where we need to be cautious. And even from 17.15, if you're moving to 18, 19 also, it's a slight increase in volatility, right? Now, I'm sure everyone would have one fear. Sir, right now there is a lot of tensions between India and Pakistan, right? And definitely, with the kind of an event happened, everyone are of the view that India should retaliate, right? And there are all the necessary things are also which are happening. So we do not know even. So there would be questions. Sir, will India and Pakistan will enter into a war? Or for how long it will continue? When will it stop? Or when will it start, right? The fact is, even Mr. Narendra Modi also will not know this, how long the war will be there, right? So, see, rather than you completely depending on external events, what is that you have to do to control your portfolio? One, in the short term, any positions like you are entering for holding it for a couple of weeks or couple of months, any fresh positions, be very, very light. Do not overexpose yourself, right? Until and unless there is more clarity, and until and unless what evolves in the market, how market will behave regarding this news, watch out for the short-term stocks, right? Anything on the swing trading, you're looking at short-term. Companies which are established, fundamentally good companies, you are checking on a weekly or on a monthly time frame, or that company is fundamentally good, the sector also is good, we can expect some good moves. Consider any market fall as an opportunity. Now the question is, if there is no change in the company, if there is no fundamental change in the company, if there is no management change, right? If the results of the company is also decent, any market dip, use it as an opportunity to add, right? Not only this, if you look at Russia-Ukraine conflict, right? Iran, Israel, Hamas, right? The conflict, the geopolitical tensions, these are not new. Every now and then, you get some or the other event, right? Market has moved almost like 8 to 9 trading sessions. It has continuously moved, right? So now market found a reason, right, to stabilize itself, or to have, or to go through a consolidation stage, right? So do not get too much carried away, and wait for the market, how market will um, move, and accordingly you can take your positions, right? Until the volatility subsides and until you get more clarity on short term, be very light. But I always repeat, every dip in the market, use it as an opportunity to add some strong long-term companies. Do not shy away. Even in the last 3-4 months, right? January, February, March, or even November wise, whatever we have seen a decline, we have seen a very good up move again, and majority of the stocks also have recovered, right? So use dips as an opportunity to add strong companies, not weak companies, right? Stronger companies, use it as an opportunity. And let's see how it unfolds. And as we meet in our live sessions, we'll be discussing more about it. And coming to IPO, with this current market scenario, someone who are like conservative investors or complete beginners, better avoid the IPO. You can always reinvest when it is listed. And even any other new IPOs are coming, we'll be discussing on it, because it's a little high risk IPO, right? High risk IPO. And more details, watch the Friday weekly mastermind session. Okay. If everyone are clear on the market view, type it as SC or super clear in the chat box, right? Type it as super clear in the chat box. Okay. Good. So thank you everyone for joining. I hope everyone loved today's discussion. We'll again catch up in our next live session. Till then, take care. Have a wonderful investing and a trading day ahead. Good day to all. Please log out. After you, I'll close the room, right? After you, I'll close the room. Thank you. Good day. Yes, the attendance link is there in the chat box. Click on it and submit your attendance, right? Submit your attendance. And Mrs. Preeti, yeah, Miss Preeti, I've shared the link of a DMAT in the chat box. You can click on the DMAT and the trading account link, and you can open one, right? Yeah. A DMAT and a trading is the same account, right? It's a 3-in-1 account. DMAT, trading, and your savings account also will be linked there. Okay. Perfect. I've shared the link in the chat box. You can open one. Okay. Good. Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Take care. I'm closing the room. I'll again